And welcome to our channel. Today we're fortunate enough to be in Florida at one of the natural springs. This is called Blue Spring and it's about halfway up I-4 between Orlando and Cape Canaveral. So if you try and look halfway up there, if you put it in a sat nav, you'll find it easy enough. It's $6 for a car of up to 8 people. And if you imagine if you've been on a lazy river, if you've been on a lazy river at a theme park or a pool, that's what a lot of Florida's natural springs are like. So they're a natural lazy river with water that trundles along at about 2 miles an hour, and you can scuba dive, you can snorkel. Our favourite, what we've been doing today, is tubing, and you can rent the tubes here. They're $5 for the first hour and then $2.50 after that, or you could bring your own or do it on a lilo, or you could just swim along and do snorkeling and have a look at the fish and everything. All the state parks are different. This one's quite a short one, so this is about a 20-minute float. Some of them are hours. I suggest if you've not done it before, this is probably the best one to start off with. So you spent your $6 with a ranger at the entrance, and parked your car, get in your cosy, and you're walking down here now. Right on the left there are change rooms and toilets. There's lockers here that you can rent for $2 a small one. There's lots of pre-made barbecues that you can borrow, and it has a sort of a bit of a beach feel to it today. School holidays, so it's very busy. Out of season, we've been here and we're almost the only people. I'll probably have to do this video in two halves, so we'll call this Blue Spring Part 1. Got a school in today. They were very, very loud when we were floating. So you see there the gift shop. If you come in there, that's where you can rent your tubes. You do need an ID, so you need to bring your passport or a picture driving licence to leave as a deposit, and then you can lock up your car keys and everything. Then, tube in arm, you walk along the boardwalks. Just show you what the sign says. You can see some of the tubes are there. Yeah, this particular park is quite a bit of it's closed in the winter. It's used by the manatees. So in the summer they're not here, so we can have a bit of fun. So this is about a 10-minute walk along the boardwalk here, which either gets you to the point where you can get in with your tube, or you can walk on a bit further and you can get to the head of the spring, just to have a look at where effectively the river starts. So there's 100 million gallons of water bubbles up here every day, crystal clear water. Some of the springs in Florida are bottled and you can drink them. My favourite joke at this point is, it's a jungle out there. Oh, there might just be somebody floating there. Just about make that out. Just about to see the river there. Let's see someone floating away. That's about halfway. So the water chugs along at 2 miles an hour. It's quite cold because it's just come out of the ground, but it is beautifully clear. You'll see turtles if you're lucky. There's lots of fish in the clear water, and although no one will believe you, there was an alligator here today. We floated past him a couple of times. He was only about 3 foot long, about a metre long, and alligators don't like cold water, so they don't tend to get in the water. But this one did for a little while, which was a bit scary. I think we've done this maybe a dozen times, and this is only the second time we've seen an alligator, so they are quite rare, and only baby ones. They're not going to harm you. They'll be more scared of you than you are of them.
I don't have the energy to do it.
So you're like on a pier, I suppose. Here we're going quite a long way up, halfway up through the trees, dragging along your tube. If you've never done this before, we highly recommend it. It's an awful lot of fun. Makes a bit of a change from the normal theme parks of Universal and Disney, etc. Comes that one on it, that's where you go now. Follow the signs for tube entry, follow that one down, and then you can get into the water. If you carry on along the boardwalk, then you come to the head of the spring where all this water, this fresh water is just bubbling up. So you can't get in from here, it's just a viewing area. We've got about 100 videos all about Florida, unusual things to see and some of the more usual things to see. So if you like that sort of thing, please subscribe to our channel. Put in Disney or Florida and you'll bring up all the different videos we've done over the years. And you can just about see part of the river there, Hot Spring. So when you get in that part we passed earlier, you've got to swim quite hard, because you're going to now be swimming up current to get to this point. So there is the head of the spring, the blue spring, and when you're down there it does have a bit of a blue hue to it. I don't know if you can pick it up on the camera, but it does feel a little bit blue. And it's the most fantastic place to come and swim. Most of this you can stand up and it's only going to come to you just below your waist. But it's a fantastic place to snorkel. You can see there's some divers there. That's what's causing the water to come up. But they're on the bottom there looking at the spring itself and where all the water's actually come up out of the ground. Just have another wander around the corner, you can have a look from the top then. So you've got them at $6 for a car of up to 8 people. This has got to be the best value in Florida. You can bring your own picnic here as well, so you don't have to spend a fortune if you're on a tight budget. Let's look at the head of spring from the other position there. It's quite busy at the moment with the school in. Sometimes you can be the only person up here. Wow, it's hot today. It's June currently in Florida. I think it was 94 in the shade yesterday. It was very nice. Certainly glad of the air conditioning by the time we got back to the car. But I think the temperature of the water is something like 2, so once you're in the water it balances it off brilliantly. And once you leave this point you then float off in that general direction. And you've got about 20-25 minute float past where you would have originally entered the water, and you come to another set of silver stairs when you get out, and you can walk back along the boardwalks and have another go. So anyway, this is part 1 of Blue Spring. I'll start doing part 2 in a moment. So have a look at that one as well. You better see the entry point and the exit points. If you like this video, please click like. Please subscribe to our channel if you're a fan of Florida, because you'll find we've got lots of good ideas there. Thank you for your time. See you soon.